Hello everyone, this is AL Thick Madame coming at y'all with another video, and this is a thoughts video, so hopefully y'all will enjoy. So the first thing that I want to discuss is Kain Carter, Kain with a K. Now, if you don't know who he is, I will give you a brief rundown. So Kain Carter is someone who I first saw on YouTube, and this was in his beginning stages, so I've been there basically from the beginning of his existence online, his online presence. He's a comedian, or at least he was a comedian. Let's just say that because that's what it is nowadays. He was a comedian. Things were going great. His channel and the things that he was doing began to pick up a lot of momentum, and I was happy for him. I was glad he was getting those views. He was getting everything that he needed. Like, his channel really picked up quite well. Y'all, after quite some time, a situation popped off. Now, a lot of y'all might know who he is because of this. When Patrice O'Neal, who is a comedian, passed away, people flocked to the internet out of nowhere to discuss the similarities between Kain and Patrice. And people came to the conclusion that Kain has been stealing Patrice's, his material. So, yeah. So that situation popped off, and after he'd been doing so well for so long, when all that backlash came from that, he said his piece, and most of us who have been rocking with him from the beginning, we gave him words of encouragement. I actually posted something encouraging on his page as well. So yeah, I thought he overcame that, and life went on. He continued to make videos, and things were hilarious. So in 2015, he had a wreck where he fell asleep at the wheel while he was driving. Like I said, he fell asleep, and it was in the afternoon. And he even said that the cop was like, how you fall asleep? But he didn't sustain any injuries, and he ran into the back of an 18-wheeler, y'all. He didn't sustain any injuries. He walked away without a scratch. The car was totaled, basically, and he just was sore. So then, he had some good opportunities to come his way. He did that, and then, he's thinking everything's fine. So, I kind of think after I don't think I said it yet, Patrice O'Neal situation happened, he just started not being able to bounce back as well. So, some stuff popped off with that, and that was a whole situation. A lot of people know him because of that, and he was accused of, stealing material from Patrice O'Neal, who is now deceased. He was an amazing comedian, in my opinion. I always liked him. I thought he was pretty dope. But yeah, but like I said before, I gave him words of encouragement on his page. I have been a fan, and I'm still a fan. I feel like he's still, was still hilarious when he was doing his jokes and a lot of his other stuff. Every now and again, he would do some stuff that made me side-eye. I'm like, all right, now you doing a little bit too much, but that's him. So it's like, it's to be expected. Okay, so after the accident happened, like I said, he had some good opportunities to come his way. And then his father started calling him like crazy. And he said, for him, that was no cause to be alarmed about, because that's just what his father does. And he's usually just calling him to be like, look, I need you to fix something. electronical. Like something dealing with electronics. I need you to fix that. I'm sorry, saying electronical. He needed him to like do something with a printer or a phone or a TV or a computer or something like that. I always wanted him. He needed him for those type of situations, right? So he thought nothing of it and, just put the phone on silent, went on about his business. So then he actually called his daddy back. Turns out one of his relatives passed away suddenly. And he was like taken aback because she had lupus. And he was like, well, I didn't even know she had lupus. So this was just way too much. So yeah, that happened. So, he was saying he didn't even know what lupus was until after this relative passed away from it. So, he's really in his feelings. He's saying it messed him up really, really bad. And, I can only imagine because I'm pretty sure he's talking about like a first cousin. You know what I'm saying? And I can't imagine any of my first cousins passing away. And he said like the first one that passed away, they got shot in the back of the head. And I was just like, dang. Then he said this one, he just said it just really messed with him. And it mainly messed with him because his father was calling him so much so that he could come and see her before she passed away because doctors had already determined that there was nothing else they could do. And they wanted him to just come to the hospital and be with her during her final moments. And he said that, he feels terrible about that because that's an opportunity that he missed out on because he wanted to sleep. So I can understand that. I would be very upset with myself as well. So, he had been going through a lot with that. And then, the dog he had, the kidneys were failing, and he almost lost that dog. They were about to put him down. But another doctor came in and was like, we want to try something. And that dog survived. And then after that, he thought that, I don't think anything else can happen. He got violently sick to the point of where he had been admitted to the hospital several times during the course of that year, and doctors did not know what was going on with him. He just had issues with his stomach, and they would take all kinds of tests and put scopes and orifices, and they still could not find out what was going on with him. So he continued to have these issues up until the next year. Like, it was just ridiculous, and they still didn't know what was going on with him. He was, like, throwing up green stuff, and what do they call it, bile and stuff like that. He's throwing up all this stuff, and his skin was doing the most. Like, he had eczema, but it was, like, an extreme form to the point where he was like, if I'm going to be in all this pain, my stomach going to kill me like this, and my skin going to do the most, I'm going to go get tatted up. So he got, like, basically, like, his entire body tattooed, like, butt cheeks and all, like, entire body. Y'all, he did the most for that. And, he just got so sick of them poking and prodding at him that he was like, I ain't got time for this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just go home. So he took the IV out of his arm and just left the hospital. So he had a friend, his best friend's name was Ike. And Ike was everything. Every now and again, I think I've seen him in a video or he would talk to him. I think I have seen him in videos before, but he was a nurse. And he hooked him up to the IVs and all that stuff and got him well. So, I don't know what it was. I guess sometimes I feel like the best medicine is just for people to be in their own environment, in their own home, or wherever they feel comfortable. For them to either die comfortably or to get well around their own surroundings doing the things they want to do. And he was just like, I'm not going to just keep sitting in this hospital. And he was like, he even made a joke about it. He was like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go out. If I'm going to die, I'm going to go out the way I want to go out. And I ain't trying to be here. And he was talking about how he wanted to watch Power, the TV show. So anyway, Ike hooked him up to IVs and stuff since that's the least they were doing for him at the hospital. And they didn't know what was going on with him. He got well. So then Ike died. Ike committed suicide. And apparently he was going through some kind of personal struggle to the point of where he couldn't even come to his best friend and talk to him. and he killed himself. And I was just like, what? Like, when I first saw that video, I was like, what you mean? Like, I was very, like, in disbelief that this had even happened, because I'm like, he didn't even seem like the type. Like, most of the time you see people, you're like, I would have never guessed that they were going through anything or that they would do something like this. But Ike killed himself. Oh, Lord, y'all. Kain went all the way through. And so, yeah. Since that was his best friend and, you know, all that, like, he's never been the same since that happened. And, y'all, he doesn't really make videos. Now, when he does make videos, they're very cryptic, and I don't want to say weird, but it is, some of them are kind of weird. And other times, it's like, all right, he need to be on suicide watch, like, right now. Like, this is too much. So, like, this morning, I was on somewhere, and I saw his name, and I was like, oh, he put up a video. So, somebody must have bought these mystery boxes. So, like, a month or two ago, or however long ago it was, y'all, he got online randomly. And he actually had his face up there. He didn't have a voiceover. He had himself up there on the screen, and he was talking, and he was talking really like, he was not speaking the way he normally speaks. Like, he had a whole, like, Irish accent or whatever it was he was doing. Y'all, I was like, what's going on with this? So anyway, he had these mixed mystery boxes that were up to, like, a certain amount of money, and he was like, he basically said that he wasn't gonna come back online unless these were purchased or whatever. It was like a certain amount of them. And it was like high priced, and so they was like, well, dang, we ain't gonna never see him again, are we? So I don't know if somebody bought him or what, but he randomly posted that video. And this video, like, whatever, he was just like, at first I thought it was positive at first, but then at the end of it, he said something about how he think he's gonna be dead soon. He might be dying soon, and then it just cut off and had Kain Carter or something like that at the end of it. And I'm just like, Lord, y'all. So I understand he's been through a lot, but I wish he could see somebody. And, like, since he doesn't have his best friend, it's like, I wish he had people he could go to and talk to and just release everything, because it is not good to have that stuff bottled up. It really is not. Like, it doesn't do any good. It only harms you. It only makes your mind just go to the darkest places. So that's really the place that he's in right now, and I wish he wasn't in it. And it's just crazy, y'all. So, yeah. I try to just remember the good times that I saw him doing those different skits and the different little videos, and I was getting my life. And so I just try to remember those times and move on. But it's really hard to just stand by. And I mean, there's nothing I could do. I don't live in Maryland, and there are people have even today was like, oh, DM me, or they were saying, check your DMs, talking to him. Like, it's just a lot, y'all. I can't. All right, y'all. I'm really gonna be brief on this because I don't have time. I don't know. I haven't really seen anybody talk about this, and I meant to talk about it the other day when I first saw it. It literally had, like, just gotten posted. But apparently, I didn't see the second interview where it had both of them. But the first interview that I saw R. Kelly's daughter, one of his kids. She did something on a British version of, like, Good Morning America or something like that. And that's why I guess it didn't really get any traction. But they kept trying to ask her little questions, and she was like, yeah, there's no communication. Like, she has no contact with her daddy. She's supposed to be a singer. Because when I first read it, I read the little article that went with it. And I was like, wait a minute, did he get with some woman who was from India or somewhere like that? Because her stage name, what I come to find out, that's her stage name, whatever it is. I was just like, oh Lord, what in the world is going on here? But yeah, she goes by her stage name, and she does not even want any association with the last name. She is supposed to be a singer, and one of the other siblings of the producer, and I don't know what the other one does, what the other kids do or whatever. It's they all basically are musically inclined in one way or another, and they want nothing to do with their father. They don't care about his influence. They are just trying to find their own way in the world and not have anything to do with it, with him being associated with their success. So yeah, I thought that was crazy. There was another interview, like I was trying to say before, where Andrea, the mama, joined that particular child. She's 21. The child is 21 that I'm talking about, the daughter. And they were on another, like I said, some British show where they were being interviewed. And yeah, y'all, it's just sad. He brought kids into this situation, and knowing that he is the way he is, it's like I would never. I mean, you would think that he wouldn't do that, but he did. So I'm just like, Lord, this is ridiculous, y'all. Okay, so something else that's been doing the most. Y'all, Soulja Boy gotta stop. I'm so sick. I'm so sick and tired of him. Like he's just one of those people who he thinks he knows everything when he doesn't. And that meme everybody been making of him in that Gucci headband. That Gucci, I'm like, if you don't take that mess, that's all I see. And to the side, it be having me dying. I just be like, stop. Everybody's meme be having me like for real dying. I just be like, oh my gosh, it needs to stop. Y'all, excuse me. I'm about to go wash my hair. I done took it down, and it has all kinds of product in it, weighing it down, and so I had to go get me some good old conditioner. So I hadn't had a chance to wash it like I want to. If I don't have conditioner, I ain't gonna be able to get through it. So I was just like, no. So I did that when I got off work, y'all. But anyway, I just hate that he feels like he is everything when he is not. Somehow he is supposedly an amazing producer, but I'm sorry. As far as his music, I ain't got time. And now he's in the news talking about Ariana Grande and stole the way that he did some song where he's like, swag. And I'm just like, that song was trash. To me, that song was trash anyway, whatever that song was. I was just like, who cares? But anyway, he do the most, and I just wish he would stop. And I ain't never been here for his music. And most people who live for that one song that everybody basically can name off the top of their head, which is that, what is that? What is it, You or Superman or what? I don't even know the name of it. Crank That or whatever it is. Is it Crank That? I'm gonna need for y'all to know what all the stuff he's saying actually means, because if you don't, it's just sad. And I just used to be like, what in the world and why? But yeah, that song is trash, and the meaning behind the gestures and the actual dance is trash. So yeah, I'm gonna need for y'all to know what that means. Just in case y'all don't know, it means for a dude to ejaculate onto a woman's back and put covers on said back that has ejaculation on it, and therefore she has a cape now because of the sheets that are on her back, sticking to her back because of the ejaculation that he put on her back. So yeah, that's nothing to be like, ooh, that was my song back in the day and all that stuff. Y'all, I ain't got time. Anyway, moving right along to something that actually is important to me, something that I actually care about. Y'all, I'm sorry I look so raggedy. I just want to get on here because I'm not going to want to do it later, but I want to get it on out of the way. Y'all, I saw when I got off work that James Ingram passed away. Now, some of y'all might be a little bit too young to know who he is, but he was everything. And he was in his 60s, and I'm looking like, that's still young. Like, what is going on? He did that song. Wait a minute, let me see if I can get the words right. Just once, can we figure out what we keep doing wrong? I don't know. And what is it? Just once, Can we find a way to finally make it right? And then he did like a whole lot. And see, that's the funny thing. When I was younger, I would hear all these songs that he came out with, but I had no idea that he was the one who sung them. But I lived for the songs. Hold on, let me see. Look, and it's another song I used to live for. He did, okay. And it was a duo, but the song go like this. The hook is, "Baby, come to me, 'cause I love you. Baby, baby." I might be saying that last part wrong, but yeah. I used to like that little song. That song was everything. Y'all, and this other song that I live for that he did, is the hook. I don't have the heart to hurt you. As I told y'all before, I cannot sing, so I'm just trying to give y'all some words so y'all will know what I'm talking about as far as the songs are concerned. Because a lot of people are like me, and you might not have known that you knew the music, but you just didn't know the person's name. But yeah, he passed away. I think it was today. And I'm just like, man, what in the world? This is just crazy. So yeah, that happened. Let's see. I think the last thing that I want to discuss is something that I feel is ridiculous. And from what I've read, this is what the situation is. So if you watch Empire, the actor who plays Jamal Lyon, what's his name, Jussie? And I always try to refrain from saying his last name. I don't want to say it wrong. His last name starts with an S, but Jussie, he was attacked, and they have all kinds of investigators trying to get down to the bottom of what happened. He's actually been hospitalized. Like, that's how bad it was. Oh, Lord, y'all. I just think that is so ridiculous. Like, why? My thing is this. Are you really that mad that he doesn't identify as straight? That you want to beat somebody within the inch of their life and kill them and all this other stuff? Because that's something that has been happening a lot to transgender individuals, and I just think that is ridiculous. My thing is, as long as you're not bothering me, you're not harming me, you're not doing any harm to me, I ain't got nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? What they got to do with me? I feel like they ain't got nothing to do with you. So it's like, why are you sitting up here like, oh, I know he gay, I know he bi, I know he this, I know he that. Just because a person doesn't identify as straight, you all of a sudden have a problem to the point of where you want to roll up on them and beat them down or assault them or whatever, kill them. Like, that is ridiculous. It's like, why? Why are you so pressed about something that ain't got to do with you? I don't understand. And I'm pretty sure he didn't sit up there and try to make it seem like, oh, I just want to be friends with you. And then he tried to push up on the person. And it's just like, why? Or people. I don't know the whole story. I just know that as soon as I got online, before I even got online, my friend sent me a message and she was like, prayers for Jamal Lyon. And so I was like, oh, well, I ain't seen the show yet because I don't want to be spoiled. And so she went and found his name because she didn't know what his name was. She just knew Jussie. She didn't know his whole name. And so that's what she meant. She wasn't even trying to be funny at all when she said that. But I was just like, what? What you mean? What even happened? So, yeah. That's ridiculous, y'all. So, y'all, for real, pray for him. Send up prayers for him that he'll get well. Because that is ridiculous. That man ain't doing nothing but out here acting, singing, minding his business, doing whatever he want to do. My thing is, as long as he ain't causing harm, hurt, and pain to anybody else, there is no reason for you to sit up here and worry about what he's doing. Leave that man alone. That don't make no sense. But anyway, we're supposed to have all kinds of weather, and we ain't really had nothing today. We had a little bit of rain, nothing to speak of at all, and it was supposed to be snowing by now, and it's not snowing. Only thing that's happening is that it actually is still cold, and I don't think it's going to get too much colder than 20-something. It's supposed to be like 17 or in the teens or whatever on Thursday, but I've been there before. I've been at 0. I've been, -1 before. So what? Look at me talking like I'm just so northern. been up here long enough and all this stuff been going on up here. So for me, I'm just like, ugh. Y'all, I already got the sleep in my voice. It's so sad. I'm not going to sleep, but I'm going to try to get in here, wash my hair. I might come back on here so y'all can see I actually do look like a human sometimes by the head. Because I know I look raggedy right now, and I just have my hair in a ponytail. Like, that's what I do. When I go to this particular job that I'm at right now, until I get back into social work, mostly all y'all gonna get is a ponytail. Every now and again, I have it down. But I hate my hair being in my face and all that, especially in the wintertime. It's got to get up off of me and up out my face. So, yeah. I might come back on here so y'all can see I actually do look like a human being sometimes. But anyway, whatever happens, y'all be safe out there. Bundle up. And if you have to travel, be safe on the roads. Watch out for yourself and everybody else. So anyway, I hope y'all are having a wonderful evening. And I'll see y'all on the next video.